So if you're looking to run Google Ads for your auto tinting shop, I'm going to go over 5 things in this video that you want to have in place before you actually turn the campaign on. And if you do have a campaign on already, some of these things you might want to go back and check just to make sure you have in place. Everything I'm going to cover are all the things that I do for my clients and things that honestly, if you don't have them in place, can impact the performance on your account. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Chris. I talk about essentially Google Ads lead generation for local businesses. So if you want to see more content like that, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be uploading a lot more this year. And if you are the owner of a tint shop and you want somebody to actually run your ads for you, you can find a link in the description to apply for a free consultation. I will check that out, see if I can help you out. And yeah, so let's just jump straight into the content. The first thing we want to talk about is having the right settings for your campaign. Now, every campaign is going to be a little bit different, but the main things I want to talk about here are the networks. So the first thing we want to make sure that we have unchecked is this include display network option right here. What display network is going to do is it's going to show your ads on other websites, essentially as display ads. And ultimately, we don't really want that to happen. If we have that happen, a lot of the times the traffic that comes from that is really low quality and it's just going to spend your budget and usually not generate any leads. In a lot of cases, I will also disable search partners as well. Search partners is very similar to display network where it'll take your ads, it'll show it on other sites, usually in their search functions or other search engines. And ultimately, again, you can't really control where that ad is being shown. And I like to only have my ads showing on search network. So when you uncheck both of these, all your ads are going to show only in Google search. And that's super, super important. On top of that, I really like to get specific with my location targeting. So you obviously want to make sure you're targeting a wide enough area, but I usually break my location targeting down by zip code. And you're going to see all the exclusions I have as well, but I like to break my location targeting down either by zip code, or if you can do it city by city, that's super important because further down the line, you can actually see location by location, which ones perform the best, which ones perform the worst. And if there's any locations that are really messing your campaign up, you can just totally get rid of them. On top of that, I like to exclude at a bare minimum, all of the other states. I exclude Canada, Mexico, etc. And then I try to get in as closely as possible to the actual locations that I'm targeting. And this just kind of helps with out of market searches. Google's not perfect with it, especially with mobile phones, but excluding all of these other areas can really help limit all that. On top of that, if we go to location options, you want to make sure that you are only advertising to this option right here, presence, people in or regularly in your targeted locations. If you have it set to this first one, it can get really complicated because somebody from out of state could be Googling for, tint shops in your location, which might work out, but you're going to get a lot more out of market calls if you're hitting people that are Googling from out of your location for places in your location. Then outside of that, we have to talk about the bidding strategy. On this particular campaign, I'm just going manual, but at a certain point in a lot of campaigns, usually you want to switch them over to a conversion-based bidding strategy. It really depends upon how many conversions you're getting every single month. But whenever you're starting a campaign, you always want to start it on a clicks-based bidding strategy. So if you're brand new and you're starting a fresh campaign, don't set it to a conversion-based bidding strategy, because Google doesn't have any data to go off of. So always start with either manual CPC or maximize clicks when you're getting a campaign going. And then once it's in a position where it does, 20 to 30 leads a month, then you can switch it over to either maximize conversions or target CPA. And that's pretty much it with the settings. So I'm going to move on to the next point. The next thing you want to make sure your campaign has are what are called match types. Now you can see all of my keywords here. They have either these quotes around them or these brackets. These are both phrase and exact match types. If these did not have these brackets on it and it was just the keyword, it would be a broad match keyword. Now, in pretty much 9 out of 10 cases, I avoid using broad match keywords. They can work, but you just need to make sure you have a very big negative keyword list, which we'll get to in a little bit. The reason why you want to use match types is because it kind of constrains Google's ability to start showing your ad for whatever they want to show it for. So for example, if you did broad match window tinting or broad match window tinting near me, Google could end up showing your ad for products, just irrelevant searches, more informational searches. And if somebody still clicks on your ad, if they searched for, maybe they're looking to buy window tinting film, then you're still going to get charged for that click. So it's really important that you try to rein that in a little bit. And the best way to do that is with phrase match and exact match keywords. Recently, I've been starting my campaigns with only exact match, and if I need more traffic, then I'll bring in some phrase match. And the reason I do that is, again, I want to keep Google as focused as possible on that high intent traffic that I want to get into my campaign, because I want to have my ads showing for people looking for window tinting near me, car window tinting near me, all those kind of different search terms. And I don't want them showing up for, products or other unrelated services. So the second thing you want to have in place is you want to make sure that all of your keywords have either phrase or exact match as a match type. The third thing you absolutely want to have on your campaign are what are called negative keywords. Now, negative keywords are essentially the opposite of keywords. They're going to tell Google what you don't want your ads to show up for. So going back to match types and making sure you're kind of constraining Google that way, you want to layer in these negative keywords on top of that to make sure that your ads are not showing for irrelevant searches. Because again, if somebody is searching Google and they click on your ad, you're still going to get charged even if they were looking for, window tinting how-to video or something like that. It's going to be a waste of money. So you want to make sure that you're adding in as many negative keywords as possible, because that's going to weed out all that potential waste. And the more people that you can have clicking on your ads that are searching those high intent keywords, the better. So some good ways to find some negative keywords. Number one, I recommend just going to Google and then searching common negative keywords. There's a ton of articles out there with people that have lists and lists and lists of common negative keywords. You can see some of them here, like sample, pictures, free, discount, sale, all that kind of stuff. You can put those in there. Make sure you're getting rid of those. I also recommend going through Google Maps, going through Yelp, and then going through your local market, finding all of your competitors, taking their brand names, and then putting them in as negative keywords. On top of that, also go through the Google Keyword Planner. So if you're on your account, click this little wrench. You can go to the keyword planner, and then you can scroll through some of those keywords and you can see negative keyword ideas that you can add to your account. And then as the campaign is going, once you see search terms come in, you can start adding negative keywords from that. So there's a ton of different resources, and you want to make sure that you're continuing to build that list going forward. And that will help you kind of weed out the crappy traffic, make sure you're getting good traffic coming into your account, and ultimately help you improve the performance over the long term. So the fourth thing we want to have set up with any successful auto tinting Google Ads campaign is we want to make sure we have the right campaign structure set up, and we want to make sure that we have what's called relevance going through the entire campaign. So what you're going to see here is these are all of the ad groups for your campaign. Within each one of these ad groups, you want to have keywords that are specific to what that keyword theme is for that ad group. So all of the keywords in this ad group are referring to window tinting. So kind of more generic things like window tinting near me, tinting near me, that kind of stuff. Tint Shops is only going to deal with Tint Shop related keywords. Car window tinting is only going to be dealing with car window tinting. Auto window tinting is only going to be dealing with auto window tinting, et cetera, et cetera. So if you also offer maybe residential window tinting, commercial window tinting, things like that, you would create ad groups for those specific services as well. And the whole idea is within each one of these ad groups, you want to have keywords that are specific to that theme. Your ads need to speak directly to whatever that theme is for that ad group. And then your landing pages need to deal with what was in the ads. So for the most part, the landing page for this campaign is all just going to be talking about window tinting. So you don't really have to worry about it as much. But again, if you're doing residential tinting, commercial tinting, things like that, you want to make sure that you have landing pages that are relevant to those keywords and to those ads. So you want to make sure you structure your campaign this way, and you don't want to just take all your keywords, dump them into one ad group, show one ad to that ad group, and then leave it at that. So make sure you split everything out, get your keywords organized, make sure your ads are relevant to every ad group, and make sure you're sending that traffic to a relevant landing page. The fifth thing you'll definitely want to have in place for your tinting campaign is a landing page. Now, in some cases, you can send that traffic to the homepage of a website, but the website needs to be designed in a specific way to actually convert people into leads. The reason I prefer using landing pages on Google Ads is there's a lot less waste. You can boost up your conversion rates much higher. So this is the number that we need to focus on right here when it comes to the landing page. We need to get this conversion rate up higher, because when we do that, we can cut down this cost per conversion. So these conversions on this account are people who either pick up the phone and call, or people that fill out a form would become a lead that way. So when you send traffic to a landing page, you're going to boost up this conversion rate, again, cutting down that cost per lead. So I'm going to show you a few ways you can set up landing pages for yourself. So there's a ton of different ways to actually set up a landing page. I'm going to show you a handful of ways that I've done it. But really the main thing is that you get a page together, and I'm going to go over a few things that you want to have on that page to make sure it's working. So one of the first ways I started building landing pages for myself, for my clients, is through WordPress. Now this requires a little bit more technical knowledge. I'm not, some kind of tech wizard by any means, but as long as you can sign up for some hosting, get a WordPress website installed, and then what I would do is I would install a theme on that WordPress site, and then I'd build the landing pages on that website. One of the benefits of it is if you're building multiple landing pages for multiple clients or multiple businesses or whatever, it can be cheaper over the long term, but there are certain drawbacks to it as well. Usually it's a lot tougher to A/B test things. So that's one of the benefits of using a landing page software. But with WordPress, it's a little bit cheaper. You can have many more landing pages. A lot of landing page softwares have limits on the number of pages you can build. But one of the best ways to do it, one of the cheapest ways, is through WordPress. I don't really, well, for some of my clients, I still use WordPress, but I've moved over to landing page softwares. But WordPress is a great option. Another good option is lead pages. This is a slightly less expensive one. It's not going to have a ton of features, but for the price that you pay, it is a pretty good option. Usually it is one of the cheaper options. So if we go pay monthly, this one is $49 a month and you get one domain. So if it's just yourself, this is a good option to build landing pages on as well. Another good thing is Landingy. This is in the same kind of boat as lead pages, and the pricing is somewhat similar. So build monthly, $29 per month or $49 per month for this one. So two cost-effective options. The one that I'm using right now is actually Instapage. Definitely a more pricey option. It's good for me as somebody that works with clients because there's a lot of different features. The pages load really fast, and then also A/B testing on the pages is also really easy. So these are a few ways you can actually build landing pages. Now I'm going to show you what a landing page looks like so you can actually maybe get a little bit of inspiration for your own campaign. So one of the big benefits of using a landing page software is usually they come with a lot of different templates. This can also be said for a lot of themes, WordPress themes. They do also come with templates. In the past, I've used Divi theme, that's D-I-V-I theme. For WordPress, they have a lot of templates, and then I'm sure there's other WordPress themes that have a lot of templates as well. But we'll just check out this one right here. I've showed this exact template in other videos, but the whole idea with landing pages is you really want to make it simple and you want to make it focused. The problem with a lot of websites is there's a ton of distractions. So there's a lot of things for people to click on, click off to social media, look at services, look at a gallery, all that kind of stuff. But if you are paying for every single one of those clicks from Google Ads, you want to make sure as many of them convert into leads as possible. So sending them to simple focus pages like this that look solid on desktop and then also work well on mobile. This is obviously not looking well on mobile right now. You can change that once you build your page, but it's mobile responsive, works good on both devices. And the whole idea is you cut out all the distractions, you call out to what they're looking for. So you say, hey, we are a tint shop that serves your location. If you want to get tint pricing, fill out a form, give us a call, all that kind of stuff. You always want to have reviews on the page, put pictures of completed jobs on the page, talk a little bit about your shop, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Like I wouldn't have this much content on a landing page, but it just needs to be simple, focused, have everything that you need to have for the customer to make a decision, have that on the landing page, don't have any navigation, and just drive them to that call to action, and you'll have better conversion rates. So long story short, use landing pages, try to avoid sending that traffic to the homepage of your website. And when you do that, you should convert more of those clicks into leads on your campaign. So those are 5 things that you absolutely want to have in place if you are going to run Google Ads for your auto tinting shop. Now, if you enjoyed this content, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you are the owner of an auto tinting shop, in the description below, there's going to be a link for a free consultation. If you want somebody to do this for you, set up a campaign, run it, optimize it, you can apply for a free consultation. I can see if I can help you out. And if I can, then I will let you know. So I hope you enjoyed this content. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you found it helpful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.